Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Music Talks, and I am your host, Chelsea Rittenauer. We're here at the Ye Olde Inn. Thank you, Donna. We are filming a fresh new episode with our first ever hip-hop artists, Mulu and Tizo.
Yes.
Hello, you two.
Yes, hello. Thank you.
I'm really excited to talk to you guys and have you here because this is something brand new for us.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've listened to your music and some of the tracks off of the album that was dropped today.
Yes, it was today.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited for you guys to share this with everyone. But before we get to the music, let's jump into this interview. All right, I want your real names. Tell me your real names, and then tell me about these stage names. Yours is an acronym. Yours has a funny story that you told me about. Let's do it.
Okay, so my name is Christian Holt. My stage name is Mulu. That stands for My Unique Life Unleashed. So that is M-U-L-U, not Lulu, not Mula. And that was something that me and my cousin actually made up on like an accident, because we were actually just in my aunt's house in the kitchen. There was a bunch of alcohol. They went on an alcohol run, and we were talking about stuff, and we said something about Nuvo. I thought she said Mulu. I'm like, what's Mulu? So we just laughed, and I told her, I was like, I'm gonna make it a word one day. Well, in class for creative writing, I had to do acronyms, and that's what I ended up coming up with. And then
it's
Mulu.
stuck.
Yep, it's stuck.
How old are you when you came up with that?
That was before 2011. So I mean, it was probably 2000. What? I don't even know. I was probably like 16, 17 whenever like the name stuck, because it was high school, and I've just been rocking that, because I was just C. Holt at first. But that was very J. Cole of me. So I mean, Mulu started to stick better than C. Holt. And
so wait, how many years now have you been going by Mulu?
I don't even know. It feels like I've been going by Mulu since at least 2010.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long time. All right, so that's your identity now.
Yes, that is like
are.
People don't even call me Christian anymore. People call me Mulu.
Mulu, yeah, I know. That's how I was introduced to you. Everyone's like, Mulu, Mulu, Mulu. I'm like, all right.
I forget that that's my stage name sometimes. But I don't know. You got to tell Tizo.
Yeah, tell me. I know the story. I like it.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I said, it started out with the Izzles and all of that. With Snoop and Shizzle. You know what I'm saying? So my name is Montel Menace. So my name turned into Montizzle in like 8th grade. I was like maybe 14. Then I went to the Easies, Fasheezy, all of that. So I went to Monteezy. And then I think I abbreviated to MTZ. Just abbreviation, like it was just like too much. And then somebody said Tizo, and I was like, okay, that stuck. And that's what it's been since, probably for like maybe 10 years. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm getting the sense you two have known each other for a long time.
Probably about maybe 10 or 11 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had a feeling I should have asked you guys that prior to us filming, but all right, so your names and everything came about at the same time. You guys have known each other for all that long.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Actually, we were in a group that was called Black Fam. Well, they were in the group. It was their group before I even, that he was making music and rapping with somebody who actually put me on, which is my buddy Kashawn, Casey the Prince. He's actually the one that let me record my first tracks in that studio. So, I mean, like, before me and him even really linked up like that was them. And then we started meeting through that. And, he's heard me since then. I've made plenty of music since then, and he's always just been there, or he's listened to it. Or I think when I was even at Studio 41 up at the Ice Mine, they had a studio up there. You were on a couple tracks then. You took me to that studio and Cow, the little joint, and we did like 3-4 tracks up there. Only real ones have those tracks, bro. Only like day ones have those tracks. But yeah, me and him's been doing it for a while, and he's been sending me plenty of amazing beats for me to just do what I do ever. So it's been pretty cool.
I definitely want to jump into that more and talk about the beats and you writing your material. But before we do that, I like to find out how everyone got started into music and what they do now. So give me like the quick and dirty how you got into doing what you do.
I have honestly been rapping since my 3rd grade. Whenever we were super young, it was me and my cousin. We were rapping a Tribe Called Quest songs. Find My Way in particular. So you'll hear I do that at some of my shows when I have like a lengthy set. I do that in the middle of it. So we started doing that, and then in 3rd grade, I was rapping a remix of Uchi Wally, which is something I probably shouldn't have been rapping as a child. But it was me and my friend Chris and either Rob or Rashad, and we would rap for that teacher, and she thought that it was like the cutest thing. And then they let us do like a halftime show at an in-school game in Lafayette. And then from that point, I've done talent shows. I used to mime and sing in church, and so I've always been like a performer in a way. And then, music has always been a love, because around 4th grade is when I started writing poetry. And Mrs. Dunham, again, she moved up a couple grades with me, but she was always there to really encourage like my writing. She was the one that saw poems and short stories and was like, oh, you got a great imagination, or, you're great at, just explaining or trying to get your descriptions out there. So she actually, if it wasn't for Mrs. Dunham, I don't know if I would have had the courage or the faith to keep writing. And then eventually that love for writing just turned into a love for poetry, expression, and then it grew into actually making songs and trying to actually make something out of it. So this was a hobby before this was a hustle.
I mean, isn't that how it always starts, though?
Of course. The best hustles were hobbies first. So, actually, Tizo.
Yeah. So, I've always been a music kid, like, ever since maybe 4 or 5. MC Hammer, when he first came out, like, I was running around doing the dances in the house, But funny story, not too many people knows this. I actually sing, so... Yeah, I sing. I started off. Yeah, I sing. I rap. Everything. But I started off with a singing group in junior high. It lasted about 2 weeks. Fun fact. I don't even remember the name, but we did that for 2 weeks. Somebody got upset because somebody got kicked out or something. It's like teenage
drama. 2 weeks
it was
in
so
and we
crazy.
Got drama.
Then we were like, it was like, no, we're not doing this anymore. It was 2 weeks, but I actually started in a group. I came in singing, but I was kind of writing raps behind the scenes. Nobody really knew. And then I started being like, hey, I can rap too. And it was like, oh, for real? So let me hear something. And then I rapped, and it was like, yeah, you can rap for real. So we ended up starting this group. It was called Gamekeepers back then. And then that transitioned to Black Fam, which it was it stuck more, you know what I mean? There was 7 of us total. We were like Wu-Tang Clan almost, there were so many. Yeah, so that lasted for a bit of time. And then we kind of just all ventured off and did different things. We're all still connected pretty much. The majority of us are, you know what I mean? Some of them are just kind of living life, and you know what I mean? But every time we see each other, it's it's all love, But eventually I connected with, who was it? A group that goes by the name of Mulu Gang. I was connected with them for a while and kind of parted ways, and then I'm just Tizo right now. Yeah, and I don't really rap much anymore or sing much anymore, but I produce.
Yeah, so while you have the mic, let's stay on that train, because you just said he makes the beats.
Yeah.
You made almost all of the beats for this album, Ordinary Kid, that just dropped today.
Yeah.
How did you get into that? How did it happen? How did you sit in the studio and be like, all right, let me play around with this, and here's the beat?
Listen, if I want, I'll go back to, actually got started doing that in maybe 08, because our 2 main producers made a certain style of music. Well, it was hip hop or rap, but it wasn't the type of style or vibe that I really went with who I was. So I started doing that, and I've been doing that since 08 until now. Recent music, I had a job that allowed me a lot of downtime. So I would take my laptop and my small beat machine that kind of USB plugs into the laptop, and I made probably every beat except for one that's on this album I made at my prior job.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it wasn't in the studio at all. I had iPhone earbuds. I plugged straight into the laptop.
Everyone does it nowadays.
Yeah.
Listen, I had to be honest, because my training I mean, I was an opera singer for years. All of my
wow.
Yeah, all of my training's in like classical music. So I'm used to like sitting down at a piano, reading sheet music, like playing things out. So until I switched over to contemporary music, I mean, I still do classical, but like until I made that switch, all of that stuff was so foreign to me.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys are able to sit there with a laptop and some earbuds blows my mind. Blows my mind.
You know what?
Because I write everything out on sheet music when I write music.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. So you,
like that's what my
music
training
notes
is.
and.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't even read music.
See, but I can't do what you do. So it's like amazing to me.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it, though. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, like I don't read music. Like a lot of hip hop is like sample heavy, where you take, of course, a little clip of something from years prior and manipulate it to sound like something new. Right. So I do a lot of that, and then also I do play like synth instruments, like strings or whatever, horns, a bass line. I do play on the little keyboard, just by ear though. Like I don't know, I couldn't tell you F sharp or
if it sounds good,
minor,
you do it.
or it just, I know it sounds right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, you, on the other hand, we had a little conversation. You have taken theory classes. You have a little bit of musical training.
I can hear some things, but I'm really not good at articulating it. Because remember I said, I took production for part of a semester, and then I switched my major to business so that I could learn more business aspect, because I felt like, okay, I know that I don't want to be behind the board. I don't want to be messing with the levels. I'm a mess. I'm an artist, so I'm very messy about my things, and I'm not good at wrapping up your wires and stuff like that. So eventually I was like, this isn't something I really want to do. But it was cool to learn. In high school, I took some music theory. And
you told me you played drums.
I was a band geek in elementary school.
Yeah, band geeks. Were you too?
Yeah, I was a snare drummer.
Junior high, I played the drums too in junior high.
Yes.
So I played the snare
drum corps. Yes.
Yeah, the drums are the bad kids. So
it makes sense, because drums, it's all rhythm. And when you think about rap and you think about hip hop, it's all rhythm. It's all based in rhythm and how you manipulate that. So I guess if you're going to transition from one thing to the other, that makes sense.
Yes, drums were definitely the thing that I liked. I still want to learn how to play guitar though. So I didn't give up fully on theory yet. But the words and the writing and the vocals, that's where my passion's at. I like to be the mouthpiece, and I like to speak my mind with my words. Poetry is emotion in this.
Yeah, so do you find, obviously, because, you wrote all of the words to these songs, like, do you find it to be very, what's the word I want, soul-bearing and scary? Or is it more like it's your outlet to get that all off of your chest?
It's a little bit of both. It's an outlet whenever you're writing by yourself. So when you're sitting there in the room and like a beat brings something out of you, or you just started writing a line, you go on this tangent, and you're like, man, this feels good. I can speak on this more. It's like a journal entry or a diary. It's very personal. And then like when it
makes
comes
you
to
vulnerable. Like after the fact, you're like, oh.
Yeah, like now I got to tell people, like I got to show people this stuff. So because you show, like, I'll show him a track and he's like, dog, that's how I know it's a good track. He's like, dog.
I have this one song that I wrote. It was actually the first song that I wrote with my pianist, Matt Klump. Hey, Matt, love you.
Love you.
It was the first song that we wrote together. It's a ballad. And every time people hear that song, they either start crying or the jaw's on the floor, because it's so raw and personal and kind of dark. And it's like, oh. So
that's like Lou Lament on the album that we dropped today. Lou Lament is probably one of my most personal tracks. And that's because when he sent me the beat, regardless, when you hear the beat, like it puts you in that mindset. But he was like, write about, something that makes you feel uncomfortable. So, I got to really like speak on certain topics in my life. But you got to listen to the album to know what that stuff's about. It's just really what I've been writing about. That's like my biggest inspiration is my life, people around me's lives, other stories that can be told.
So that's what I wanted to segue into. Like, let's get to this album that dropped today, Ornery Kid. First off, love the photo. Yes, we're wearing the T-shirts. I absolutely love the photo that's on, the front of everything.
That is a real baby picture.
Yeah, and you look so ornery.
Yes, I knew what's crazy is I don't really think I was that ornery of a kid. But nobody ever thinks they're the ornery kid. So in that picture, though, yeah, that's why when we were I was listening to it. Like we were gonna name this album Backpack Season. And then he asked me, I was listening to the track list of what we had so far, and he's like, "You sure you want to call it Backpack Season?" I'm like, "Man, I like it." And then we're like listening to the songs, and Ornery Kid came on, and I'm like, the photo just popped up in my head, and I was like, "Yo." Sent him the picture, and he's like, came up with the idea, and it was just like, it's solid after that. It was like, all right, now we know where we're going. That kind of gave it an easier direction for what we built around it, because it was like, okay, now we know this is setting the tone. When people see this, they're gonna be like, oh, you expect an album. So I think we gave people an album.
So how many songs are on this album?
There's 14 songs, and
14?
one's an intro.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 3
That's a lot of
bonus
material.
tracks.
How long did it take you to produce all this?
Some of these songs are 2 years old. Some of these songs are 3. And then some were recently to add on, it was just from the sessions and getting beats. So, I mean, altogether, it's a total of 3 years. Granted, I've dropped, projects or like little, mixtapes or EPs and singles in the meantime. But this is 3 years in the making, album, yeah.
Out of curiosity, I have not listened to the entire album yet, but I have listened to the tracks that you sent me.
For shame.
I'm sorry. I got 2 babies at home.
You're
Come
good,
on,
you're
give me
good.
a break.
Mulu's for the kids. Sign up.
Just out of curiosity, does it tell a story, like from song to song? Does it tell like one cohesive story, or are they all separate thoughts?
They are separate stories, so it's like an anthology.
I was just curious.
It's like a Twilight Zone, or like it's like an anthology series. So like everything, they all have this like reoccurring theme because it's life. You know what I mean? There's definitely stories and all these things that you can relate to and take from and be like, man, I felt this line because I've been there. There's songs about heartbreak. There's songs about struggling as an artist and trying to, make this dream happen, which is something a lot of us are doing. The ups, the downs, everything in between, the vices, everything that comes with it. So this is my story as well as other people's stories, and it's a lot of self-reflection, so much self-reflection and so deep that you'll hear something and you might think I'm talking about you, but I'm not talking about you. It's really just me. Yeah. And we're all mirrors and we all reflect, to each other.
We're all connected.
Yeah.
If you're into that whole thing.
Exactly, if you're into it. But I believe it because, how else would everybody be so connected or feel things in such a way? In my experience of music, I've made some stuff in my time that people have really let me know that it hit them. Some people, like you said, it's crazy when somebody tells you like a song of yours made them cry or like made them inspire them or anything like that. Because you're like, man, I
was just writing something that I felt at the time. Yep. I wasn't expecting other people to feel it too.
And a lot of the times I don't even be thinking about that stuff until he'll send me a beat. And then that beat is just like, hey, that thing that's in the back of your mind all the time? Let's talk about it.
It's cool that you mentioned. That's how I write too. So he will send you a beat first, and then you go from there.
Yeah, I've had one person ask me to send them lyrics first, but I can't do that because if I just do lyrics first, it turns into a poem.
Yep. Okay, I'm in the same exact way. So the way that I typically write, Matt and I sit down together and we'll figure out a chord structure that we want, and he'll tinker around, and I'm like, that. I'll record like 30 seconds of that, and then I write from there.
There you go.
So I do the same exact process as you, which is really cool. But back to you guys. You said something that I thought was kind of interesting before I kind of segue back to the album and the question I want to ask. You had said that you were with groups and producing music that wasn't your style. What would you say your style is? Because I got a certain vibe and a certain feel from what I heard. So I'm just curious what you have to say about that.
What I said, there was producers that made a certain style that I didn't really
didn't resonate with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mine is more of an East Coast Wu-Tang Clan, Mos Def, like Jay-Z, Talib. It's real, it's soulful.
Yeah.
Early Kanye.
Okay. That's
so
the vibes that I totally got. So like I said to you, I was thinking more like 90s, early 2000s hip hop. That's the feel that I got. It is definitely East Coast. I feel that as well. Yeah, that's totally like when I heard like the first track that you sent me, whenever I first listened to it, I was like, this is what I'm getting.
Go ahead.
That's actually a sarcastic. That's a guy from Morgantown. That's a producer. Like, out of all the songs on there, he did all of them except for the first one, which is The Love. And that's my buddy Sarcastic from Morgantown. And then there's a bonus track that's called Freedom, which my buddy Matos, who has done my Trust the Process 2 beats, and he mixed and mastered the whole project. So thank you, Matos. He did Freedom. So he did all of them except 2. That first one is me and him were like, we were putting the list together, and we're like, The Love got to go first, because it just like, it just turns it, it just sets the whole vibe. So thank you, Sarcastic, for blessing it, because he did that on the last one too, on Trust the Process too. He throws one at me and he's like, do whatever you want with it, and I'm like, okay. So it's like generates a classic every time. So thank you, Sarcastic.
I like it. So let's talk social media and where people can go to get their hands and their ears on your music.
Yes. Which camera do you want me to look at?
Let's look at that camera.
One?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find everything, quick links for everything at www.mulumusic. That's MULUMUSIC.com. That's where everything's at. You can find me on Instagram there. You can find my Twitter. All of it is Mulu Music, MULUMUSIC on your social media. On Facebook, it's just Mulu Music, and then I have mine, Christian Mulu Holt, but you don't need that one. That's personal, but it's not really personal. But really, anything that you would need is on the website. My YouTube page, all my handles, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all my streaming stuff's there. We made that website, and I was like, I need a hub, because I was just tired of people being like, I can't find you here, I can't find you there, I can't. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not really big on websites, but Wix made it like a MySpace setup, so I just threw something together and was like,
bless you, MySpace.
We miss
Let's
you,
bring
MySpace.
it back. We miss you, MySpace.
I miss making playlists.
Like, yes.
I would have made a whole
your top
Ornery
5
Kid
friends
playlist.
and then the playlist.
Yes.
Oh, bring it back.
I would have made a whole Ornery Kid playlist just now. But for now, we got other things for that. So yeah, you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, anything you stream on, you can find me there.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So what are we looking at going forward? I know COVID has really messed up everything for every musician right now,
Yes.
but what's in store for 2 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now? What are we wanting?
We definitely have some of the younger cats in Uniontown coming to perform with us. Well, not perform with us, record with us. There's a young cat named Sensei that, I did a single with recently, so we're going to be doing a project. I know between me, Tizo, and Matos, we have a whole other project ready, but we really want to let Ornery Kid live its life. So if anything, more music will be coming out. It'll be like me and these younger cats that I keep talking about. I don't want to say too much, because like the surprise is fun. We really want to start doing more music videos though. So, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube page, because we do have ideas rolling. So we'll be shooting some videos soon. I'll be posting about that on my socials. So really just building the brand.
Will a certain somebody that we all know be doing their music videos?
Possibly. Maybe 1, maybe 2. Maybe we've already talked about a little something.
I have a feeling I know who's already going to be doing this.
Well, we definitely try to keep it as like in town as possible.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that this group and you guys are all making it happen around here. Because you really are. You're making big moves, and you guys are making stuff happen. Like the art shows everything.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's been fantastic, and I'm happy to have been drug into it just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
great.
I always said like the Uniontown could be its own label if it wanted to.
It really could. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it. Everybody got to just get together, and we talk about that in the album as well.
Yeah.
So go stream Ornery Kid,
Please
because
do.
It's essential.
Please go stream it. Show
it's a
them
classic.
all the love. I'm really excited for you guys to hear this. Before we wrap it up, is there anything else you'd like to add very quickly?
Yes. Really, don't be afraid to be yourself and do your music. Write your stuff. Be open about your stuff. This is the only way we as a collective are gonna grow, is by stop being afraid to be yourselves, or accept your faults, all that stuff. The weird stuff people don't like to talk about. Make sure that you're doing that, because people wonder why everybody's so sick in the mind right now, is because everybody's trying to be something they're not. Wear a fake face and fake things will happen. So that's all I wanted to say in this moment, because we've talked about a lot of music stuff. So make sure you're taking care of your mental and you're taking care of those around you by being the best you as possible. And that's what I
Especially
was
right now.
Yeah, especially in these moments. Everybody, we need each other in these moments. So
Yeah.
the label won't happen. None of that stuff will happen if we can't, as people, come together and be better people. At the end of the day, people can point fingers and say what they want. At the end of the day, everybody's being crappy people. So.
Amen. Somebody's got to say it.
Yeah.
Mulu, Tizo.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, I thought you had something to say. I'm sorry. What can I say? I always get, my mind moves so quick, something can leave me so fast. But go stream Ornery Kid. Listen to what we do. For real, it's just getting back to the music. He said something, and then even what I had told him is definitely when it comes to writing, when it comes to music, there's a lot of stuff that people hide and don't want to be seen. And a lot of times it's like, listen, take it there, take it to that place. I was writing before. I was telling my wife, and I was like, I got to take it to that place to where even if I write 5 lines and I cry and be upset and be sick to my stomach, I got to go through it and then finish the rest of the song, because you never know what that song or whatever it is that comes out of you can do for someone else, So always take it to that place. That's just one thing I wanted to say. Always take it to that place of discomfort, Life is outside of the comfort zone, A lot of things, a lot of beautiful things are outside of the comfort zone, you know what I mean? But if we stay there, we'll never know. We'll never see that, Yeah, that's it. I guess follow me on my socials. Tizo, it's actually T3AZ0. Yeah, I threw the numbers in because somebody actually had the correct spelling. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just change my whole name to the 323AZ0, and we'll just pronounce it Tizo. So that's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. That's on Snapchat. All the majors. So I also do every once in a while I'll do like a jam session, like DJing. Cool. Yeah, so I always try to capture, especially during this time, we can't just randomly set up at clubs or parties anymore, So so I'll go live on Facebook and do a little DJ show maybe for about an hour, a couple hours, and I try to do like a decade or a sets dedicated to decades, you know what I mean? So I'll do like a 90s, like this next one I have coming up is late 2000s, so like the last 5 years of 05 through 09, you know what I mean? So a lot of that is like I know my high school party era through like through college, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to at least do that at least once a week. I haven't been on it the way I want to, but I do run those shows on my social media pages. So check those out. Like I said, at T3AZ0, and that's on Facebook, that's on Instagram, all the major social sites. Check us out.
Mulu, Tizo, thank you so very much for a fantastic interview. You guys are great. It was a lot of fun. Go check out Ornery Kid. Do it.
Check it out.
We will be back after a short break, and they're going to perform some of this music for you. Sit tight.
My name is Mulu. That's Mulu. That stands for My Unique Life Unleashed. And today, my bad, Tizo. Don't forget my DJ Tizo. I know this is not a hip hop venue. We are at the Ye Olde Inn, but they're gonna be doing some hip hop with me tonight, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. So, I have an album that dropped as well. So if you like what you hear, you can always find me on the internet, MuluMusic.com. It's called Ornery Kid. So we're gonna be doing some songs from that and some singles. So. You don't have to say it, but if you're vibing right now, let me hear you say, go Mulu, go Mulu, go. None. Let's get it. This is for the people at home. Yeah. 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 Man. Shout out my boy, you're sarcastic on the beat like Yo, Tizo, I try to tell them they ain't got no boys to be messing with me. I tried to tell the people at home they ain't got enough bars either. And I'ma tell you why, because I do it for the love. Like Tip Ali Shaheed, yeah, speak for the love. Making sure even haters vibe with me for the love. This ain't about rapping. It's a little storytelling. I'm grinding to make the music that lasts. Follow the math. It's about grade 3 rapping Uchi Wally with Chris and the twins. Got the teacher saying do it again through a slick grin. Thought for sure she had a thing for the kid. Even then they knew the gift could be big. She helped nourish it. Marking up my poems, I was flourishing. Kids that stole my notebooks, poking fun didn't occur to them. I'm ahead of my time. Been that way since the day that I died. Revived by my father's hands, the Lord's wiping tears from my eyes as I depart from the sky with the peace of mind that I'm gifted. Putting in work with Josh to the Lord needed his spirit. Now I'm hoping that he's looking down, hair bopping like when I beatbox for the 16s. I promise the fam gon' eat, kid. And Tizo, I think they probably thought I was rapping BS. Yeah. But I don't rap no BS. And I'ma tell you why, because I do it for the love. Like Tip Ali Shaheed, and Tizo do it for the love. Making sure even haters vibe. Yeah, do it for the love. This ain't about grabbing the cash. I'm grinding to make the music that lasts. Follow the math. Fast forward to freshman year, me and Reef playing college. Said we were taking over, the school was finna be hours, and I was putting in hours. Nobles getting stacked to practice, taking jabs at the actors. I started squandering talents. They were rapping about women, I was rapping, taking action. Peace, loving little rapper, using the ride the madness. Going on behind the fade I'd wear. Get a little braggadocious when I feel myself, cause nobody was showing love for real. But the skill attracts the ears of my peers. Now I'm claiming fam, black and ugly as ever. However, we done persevered. Throw a couple shows to show the city that we here. But a couple bad mixes had them covering ears, whatever. Hey. If you vibing one time, let me hear you say, go Mulu, go Mulu, go. Cause I do it for the love. Hey, yeah, for the love. Making sure even haters vibing with me. Yeah. This ain't about grabbing the cash. I'm grinding to make the music that lasts. Follow the math. Graduated, I went to school because they said they sent the Mac. Felt like the East when the plugs and the pound is that pack. Knew I had the goods, had to cook, make my money back. Dropped out of school, Kanye before they trapped us. Been on the grind since, had a couple tapes fall through because of relationships. My pride burst the ego. Tried to get the city to love me, we different people. But they know whether it's Mulu or Siho that I do it for the love. Like Tip Ali Shaheed, for the love. Making sure for the love. This ain't about grabbing the cash. I'm grinding to make the music that lasts. Follow the math like go Mulu, go Mulu, go. Let me hear you say go Mulu, go Mulu, go. Out there, you know. Go Mulu, go Mulu, go. Go Mulu, go Mulu, go. Yeah, I'm grinding to make the music that lasts. Follow the math, like make some noise out there if you are alive with me. Yeah, I heard some noise. That's all that matters. So this next song is about people trying to tell me how I should write my music, and we called it They Say. Yeah. I almost killed myself with some drinking. Yeah. And this features Tizo as well on the hook. 1, 2.
Get on your grind, they say.
They say.
You gotta sacrifice your time, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want your shot, then get in line, they say.
Is that what they say? Pardon my French, man, but really who are they?
Dumb down your rhymes, they say.
They say.
Relationships can help the grind, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want the clout, then get in line,
yeah,
they say.
Okay, but once again, man,
Cause I've been sitting at my desk cutting clips, instrumental double clicks, building obsession for the gift, holding back on throwing fits, cause I don't think they know I spit. Won't come to a gig, so I'm blessing the crowd of 7. I guess they don't give a, cause I'm coming off as a reverend, when really I'm just reflecting, passing off hard-headed lessons. What's a legend without doubt to the doubt? Contemplating quitting, giving up the shifts to the wealth. I bet they thought that I fell off, I killed the game with the stealth. Sam Fisher a vet, they treat me like a rookie, I guess I'm Zion taking respect. I lack thereof and using it as the fuel to be the best. I'm focused on the quest to cue perfectionist, mulling over tiny details, now I'm stressed. Grip the chest, cause I'm feeling pressed to get the city to tell y'all I'm the best. Validation that I'll never get till they tell y'all I left the earth to bless the afterlife with rhymes that y'all ain't heard yet. Yes.
Get on your grind, they say.
They say.
You gotta sacrifice your time, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want your shot, then get in line, they say.
Oh, that's what they say. Pardon my French name, but really, who are they?
Dumb down your rhymes, they say.
Oh, they say.
Relationships can help the grind, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want the clout, then get in line,
yeah,
they say.
okay. But once again, man, really, who are they? So what, I'm overlooked, they just ain't my crowd. My time will come around, make them kiss upon the ground. Even Cole had to leave to get the dream. Nobody blamed me, because I'm scared to earn my wings. Falling to earth, a sinner earning his way back. Will I do it with the tracks, or will they scoff and laugh? Call it the music, my city stuck in the past. Hard for the dream to breathe within this new slitted path. Or maybe I'm really people placing on my back. You'll make a song about this and that. I give them observation, but they way too soft for that. Tried to give them braggadocio, I'm old head on the track. Then I give them acapella, I'm a spoken word poet. So the opinions, I'm just dope, and y'all know it. Lovers of yourself, my jumby lacking the focus, a contradiction track, but making sure you know who the GOAT is.
Get on your grind, they say.
They say.
You gotta sacrifice your time, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want your shot, then get in line, they say.
Oh, that's what they say. Pardon my French, man, but really, who are they?
Dumb down your rhymes, they say.
Oh, they say.
Relationships can help the grind, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want the clout, then get in line,
yeah,
they say.
okay, but once again, man, just acting like, ooh, look, a butterfly. I faded the truth, we can never lies. Don't give up, we just turn it up. Make all those rules and get televised. Oh, he got cash and we idolize. But we don't see what they will in disguise. If you did, they probably make you hang up the mic. I do this because I love to write. If I didn't, I would meet demise. Quarter for all of eternity. Y'all would probably never even heard of me. But music without my name in it, man, that it sounded so absurd to me. Y'all want the cloud of a beat because you think that it's real, but it's sounding unsure to me.
Get on your grind, they say.
They say.
You gotta sacrifice your time, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want your shot, then get in line, they
Oh,
say.
that's what they say. Pardon my French, man, but really, who are they?
Dumb down your rhymes, they say.
Oh, they say.
Relationships can help the grind, they say.
Oh, they say.
You want the clout, then get in line,
Yeah,
they say.
okay, but once again, man, really, who are they? Yeah. Make some noise if you're vibing with your boy. All right, what we got? Oh, you ready to throw a house party? I'm ready to throw a house party. I'm saying, hey, this is where the GOAT Mulu's coming. And if you watching our home, let me hear you say, hell yeah. They call me the cool cat, the spitter with the smooth raps. That dude, if you been to a show and scream Mulu go. Very rarely will you catch a boy off the dome, but out Ichabod, Crane and Go Ghost, no Danny. Find me in the cut, headphones, phones blaring, cause I caught some inspiration once the doobie hit the middle. Don't you try to find me, cause the party must continue. I'll be back with a double R and something dope we can sip to. We got the vibes, shawty shouting all night. If she can't handle the liquor, call an Uber, tell her good night. Ain't no bump and grind if she isn't in the right mind. I don't want the smoke when it finally comes to due time. Couple shots in, now we toasting to the like minds. Clarity and prosperity for many lifetimes. May our bloodlines stay connected till the sun dies. Singing we gon' be alright all night like this feels like a vibe for me. Call up the homies, tell them bring some tree. Roll raps while we soul clap, play some beats. Mic check the 3, let me be an MC. I said this feels like a vibe for me. Call up the homies, tell them bring some tree. Roll raps while we soul clap, play some beats. Hey. Mic check the 3, let me be an MC. They say I'm so serious, I tell these jokers chill. Then I hit C. Scott for that Pete Rock feel. Kick games to them out the faces, enemy they ears. My life is what I make it, and I'm trying to keep it real. But for now, let's get the cipher going. Calling out cats that drunk rap over tracks that come near. Let's get a cipher going. Braggadocious, full of punchlines when we go in. A little flirtatious once the women bring their phones in. And now I'm complimenting the skin, but that was somebody's chick. Now he's huffing and puffing, but my boys be with the. Now she biting the lip. Eye contact with the kid. Got a man feeling sick because she stayed and he split. Yeah, sorry, because he stayed and she split. But I got the moves, that's why. I said, this feels like a vibe for me. Call up the homies, tell them bring some tree. Roll raps while we so clap, play some beats. Mic check the 3, let me be an MC. I said, this feels like a vibe for me. Said, call up the homies, tell them bring some tree. Roll rap while we so clap, play some beats. Mic check the 3, let me be an MC. Like, hey, hey, I said go. Hey, and let me hear you say go, Mulu, go, Mulu, go. Hey, hey, yeah. Make some noise out there. In the internet world, of course. Hey, somebody clap back there. Hey, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. We winning them over one at a time, say. What we got next? Drunk song? All right, so we're not so partyers right now. We're going to get into some like more in-depth songs because, I do like to write. So, hopefully you hear some stuff that you like. This is a song that I wrote when I was semi-drunk. It's called Drunk Song. Yeah. Yeah. Go, move, go. Yeah. And the hook go like. My liquor's dark, my soul numb to the swallow. Hey. Slur words getting hard to follow. Hey. Noble fool, but the world's hollow. Said I don't know. Pour up a shot while I roll up the earth. Iron sharpen iron, let's see if it works. Cause I'm almost finished with the bottle. Where's your cup? I'm like if Big Boy and 3 Stacks hit the fusion with an ab dash cold, so I ain't worried about losing, not anymore. It's you less you paying from the door. Guess it's you pay me, we done building from poor. Used to chill on the porch with my cousin, reminisce a bit, pour out a shot for Josh. Boy, that shit still hits. Cause he was supposed to build with me. It gets lonely on this twisted trip. Roll a sip and take it. Now it's just a liquor talking. Sick hanging from my lips. I pray it don't spar me from talking. Hope that my lyrics are sparking the bulb up above the brain. Hoping ain't be such a wanting cause I ain't moving the same. I feel insane. Hard to make the music that you want cause folks think you complain. But this is my drug. This snake dipping its fangs into my veins. I'm addicted to the pain. It's almost a problem, I've been feeling drained. The cursed thing about the right is the view the world behind your frames. Cause if you're spiritual, you peep the devil working. If you're not, then you peep that this world is ending for certain. So we just party, either side living hardly worried about Megan and Cardi. Back with bandwagons and who wore what to a party. We ain't attending, living vicariously and pretending. Maybe that's just my city, broken dreams need amending. Sorry if I'm offending, I'm just venting. This track will be old news in a matter of minutes, whatever. My liquor's dark, my smoke numb to the swallow. Slur words getting hard to follow. Noble fool, but the world's hollow. Said I don't know. Pour up a shot while I roll up the earth. Iron sharpen iron, let's see if it works. Hey, almost finished with the bottle. Yeah. And over to the swallow. Slur words getting hard to follow. Noble fool, but the world's hollow. I don't know. And go pour up a shot while I roll up the earth. Iron sharpen iron, let's see if it works. Cause I'm almost finished with the bottle. Where's your cup? An old soul trying to teach y'all to cherish the art of your words. They're more than just attention getting verbs, acting absurd. That's funny, but I can see we confused, that our trust been abused, so we masking and turn. What would you do with your words? Show another one the way. Shit. We too selfish with ourselves, we distracted by the game. Drunken thoughts from a sober soul. In my Evernote, playing drunk text Romeo to my instrumentals. Witty words don't cut it, she was somebody thugging. Sometimes I look at the mic like, what kind of man would I be if I ain't see the dream through? Out here talking like it's just me and you. In between shots, out here talking like it's just me and you. In between thoughts, out here talking like it's just me and you. Poor nigga. He didn't put that one out, did you? You guys do burr, 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 burr. I said one time. Hit me with the horns. This one time. Hey, they wasn't ready for them horns, baby. How's everybody doing out there? Is anybody, with me still? Yeah. Toads my goats. It's like, what we got next? Oh, this is the title track. This is called Ornery Kid. I'm almost out of your head, Ye Olde Inn. Make sure you tip your bartenders, because she's been a lovely lady so far. Oh, now you saying something. Don't tip your bartenders. She's a little late. I'm joking. Yeah. Do you know what it feels like to really pursue a dream? Hear a beat, then get the insta sweats. Hashtag rap fiend. Addicted to Rolling Stone. Leaving my girl at home. Not for no ratchet hoe, but for rapping and stacking dough. Packing a sack for the road. Pause for the homophobes. Broken off with a woman who loved your boy beyond the flow. Full road that my favorite rappers have warned me of. Ignoring signs that I'm only gonna want that normal love. But they don't know me, this the life I chose. Way back when I didn't know that this road was filled with the woes and the hoes. Before I knew I have to choose between a life and a lovely wife. They will fight for my attention. It's a cat fight, it's late night. She asking me who was making my phone light. Looking like there's no sleep cause your name's on my phone screen. Wayne said it first, I'm probably better off with no woman. My own friends can barely keep up with the rate I'm growing. I fight enough with my ego and everything revolving. A vivid way of saying I wasn't ready for you. Don't wanna leave, but now I'm Trey with the braids. The hip hop ain't moody, except my Karen's the game. So I gotta keep it moving, this about more than the fame. This about breaking the cycle to free my family's name. This my unique life unleashed on beats to get rid of the pain. And maybe help somebody else who probably feeling the same. But too litty to hear them screams, pour more of that drink. I be hard at work on these beats in the fat cone of that dank. Working on verses and hooks to free a couple of chains. Then maybe free some of my own along the way. And then get paid. I'm such a walking contradiction, but at least I can admit it, and I'm out here trying to fix it. Sometimes I write a verse out, I don't think that y'all would get me. But if I didn't drop it, I don't think that y'all would hear me. I'm not your average Insta rapper, I don't throw filters on I just openly spit. I'm still that ornery kid. Yeah, I'm still that ornery kid. Yeah, I'm still that ornery kid, and that's the title name. Yeah, and sing along if it sounds familiar. It goes like, I walk these city streets on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps, but they better not sleep on me. Come on. I walk these city streets on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps, but they better not sleep on me. Yeah. Make some noise. Tip that bartender right there immediately. What we got left? We got like what, 2 songs? We got 2 songs left. This is a little bit more fun. It's called Like Chance. I'm gonna pick the vibes up. That was a little depressing, huh? Yeah. Now you're just reaching. You like Chance the Rapper? Oh, well, we got you. I'm not Chance though, so I can't really. I am Mulu. Yeah, exactly. We are like Chance. There's a difference. Hey, this shit got me feeling like Chance. Rapping nasty, smacking packs, then pass it right hand. Yeah. Give me 10 days to cut the tape, make the fans jam. Man, I love them days like this. I love them days like this. Shit got me feeling like Chance. High school juking, what you doing? Like my name's Dan. Sing a song, rip a bone, pass it to my right hand. Man, I love them days like this. The circle so official. Got the tree roll, then the beat cold. Only thing missing is the Grand Theft cheat code. L1, R1, R2, hit that X. Get that money rolling, we'll be set. Hit the Mados, plotting always next. These beats act out, I put them in check. Been grinding since 16 and ain't yet. But on days like this, it feel like mad respect. Hippie on the scene, like he's still chasing the dream, screaming with the team. Go Mulu, go Mulu, go. Watch me break free, go from gumping to boat. After show, leave them top like Bubba and Bo. Thought I had haters, they with the flow. Even when I talk and they grow on the flow. If they with the movement, come to a show and say a little quote when you're sharing a post like me feeling like Chance. Rapping nasty, smacking packs, then pass it right hand. Give me 10 days, we'll cut the tape, make the fans jam. Man, I love them days like this. Yeah, I love them days like this. This shit got me feeling like high school juking, what you doing? Like my name's Dan. Sing a song, rip a ball, pass it to my right hand. Yeah. Man, I love them days like this. The circle's so official. Cause an artist need a circle like his notebook. Put my life in these lines like coke or snort it up. We numb, we invincible, they no shook. Cause I've been moving through the shadows like a pro crook. Hit a track screen blind like my bro Cook. Y'all know him, but you will, it's a matter of time. Putting on for my city, come and visit, you'll find. Broken minds looking for light in the form of a rhyme. A young brother selling crime just to feel sunshine. Put a couple racks away, make sure it's sunshine. Roll up and unwind, it's a long day. And I ain't hit you till your living's the wrong way. But I know cats that John up so long. And every other day, trying to smash the same thing. That let's roll up a J and create. Travel to cities that don't know my name like yeah. Feeling like chin, rapping nasty, smacking packs and pass it right here. Give me 10 days, we'll cut the tape, make the fans jam. Man, I love them days like this. Yeah, I love them days like this. This got me feeling like chins. High school juking, what you doing? Like my name's Dan. Sing a song, rip a ball, pass it to my right hand. Na 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 na. The circle so official. I feel like I'm practicing, so I'll probably do some dumb stuff in between. Go stream it. What you looking at us for? One more song. Ye Olde Inn. Make some noise, because it's one last song. Yeah, you too, man. I know you're vibing with me. I see y'all back there. Thank you. And the kitchen's vibing too. I seen the background. I'm lying. One more song. That's the only reason why I wanted this thing for. It's probably the wrong way. Yeah. 27 years and it's been a journey. Life has had me bleeding out, somebody bring the gurney. Talking to God, I'm hoping that he heard me, cause my skin's getting blistered from burning up in this hellish land. Frustrated from trying to understand the plan for my life. Emotions getting the best of me, no outlets left, so I write. Instead of putting faith in folks who when I need on insight, so you can hear that sincere vibe when I say music's my life. Been pushing pens to page since I seen love fade away between a man and a woman who let their hate take its place. Or that call about Josh, found out I'd never see his face unless it was on someone's page reminiscing about them days. Like when we rapper tribe find my way. Ironic cause here I am now in this up maze, trying to find my way. And when I feel that I feel a voice saying talk to me, it'll be okay. Music you've always been. In my ups and my downs, when I'm acting out, when I'm sad or so mad, I'm near blacking out. Heaven sent or hell bound, I'm trying to figure out. But one thing I can say without a doubt is, in my ups and my downs, when I'm acting out, when I'm sad or so mad, I'm near blacking out. Heaven sent or hell bound, I'm trying to figure out. But one thing I can say without a doubt is, even when I told her package, I have to quit her. Yelling back and forth, I might hit her. She never outcasted me like the church be doing. Sinners welcome me with open arms after I return from emotional benders. I owe this chick my life, that's why I spend my days and nights writing love letters and trashing them till I get it right. When I lost fades, she my tunnel ending light. When I crumble, she wraps her arms around me tight. Music you've always been. In my ups and my downs, when I'm acting out, when I'm sad or so mad, I'm near blacking out. Heaven sent or hell bound, I'm trying to figure out. But one thing I can say without a doubt is, in my ups and my downs, when I'm acting out, when I'm sad or so mad, I'm near blacking out. Heaven sent or hell bound, I'm trying to figure out. But one thing I can say without a doubt is, the scribble scratch on the page raised me like I'm talking to God. Each thought got me looking at the pages pacing, self-medicating to escape them demons that chase me. Am I crazy? Nah. Just to face my own problems, not hiding, just beelining for them exits when they arriving. Fear is false, but in my mind it's thriving. Cause the moment you feel like dying, giving up a crime be the most inspiring. My name is Mulu, that's M-U-L-U. That stands for My Unique Life Unleashed. Tip your bartenders and have a good time, guys. Thank you, Music Talks. I appreciate y'all.